well, a women's segment. I think we had a women's match at this point, which we're not
Yeah, we had
discussing yet.
Meech in
But
one. It was good. It did a
yeah,
job. I did like the Pixie. I love
yes,
Candice LeRae.
yeah, yeah. So obviously they're furthering that and trying to develop some sort of storyline there. But then we have Becky enters, which I was really confused at first because her music was playing and she wasn't there. I was so convinced. I even was saying it to my sister at the time. I was like, this is Bayley messing with us. Like Bayley's messing with us. I thought it was going to be, they let her
Came
music
out as
hit
the
and Bayley
man.
was going to come out. And then it
That would
didn't
have been
happen.
great. That would have been
I
really
know.
good.
I know, I was waiting for it. You know what the one that reminds me of, though? The worst one that tricked everybody was when CM Punk dressed up like Jeff Hardy and had everyone believing it was him until they, like, zoomed in on him as he was, like, doing his little dance on the turnbuckle, but, like,
Yeah.
everyone thought it was Jeff. Anyway.
Like those days.
So Becky comes out. She comes in through the crowd once again. She calls out Bayley. So enter Damage Control and Bayley. I thought that the Karen thing was kind of funny because Becky calling her Karen and Bayley's like, you forgot my name. Like, my name's not Karen. Like, I
Oh,
just thought it
perfect
was,
heel move. That
yeah,
was a
it was,
great. And anyone
yeah,
who thought that she was being that dumb, you
yeah.
just lost. You lost the game.
It was just, I just thought that was funny. And then Bayley, they go back and forth. So Bayley's like, Becky, you don't even have friends. So Becky was like, you peaked in 2015. Bayley points out that that's the year that she ran NXT. And Becky is like, oh, well, the rest of them stole her spotlight on the main roster, meaning Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Paige, maybe? Well, Bayley's part of the 4 horsewomen, but maybe I think she's referring to the 3 of them. Becky then says, well, you were supposed to be staying there because you said you wanted to be a leader and a champion, but maybe that was just BS, which I wouldn't be surprised about, is what she said. And then she was like, well, Bayley, you weren't supposed to be the first woman to main event and win a match at WrestleMania. That was supposed to be me because I'm the hardest worker here, blah, blah, blah. Bayley then complains about her situation and says, Becky, you only became the man because you got punched in the face by another woman. Becky says, well, then you should punch me in the face. Damage Control steps up. Becky mocks them because look at you just standing behind your girls again. And then she challenges Bayley to a cage match at Raw 30, and Bayley accepts. I am excited.
That's gonna be a really good match. I didn't get I mean, I remember her getting smacked by Nia Jax.
It was
But
when she like was broke her nose almost. Do you
yeah,
remember
she
that?
broke her
Like
nose
when,
and she was
yeah, when
bleeding.
she's
Like,
like, yeah, yeah. So, but Nia never
God.
hurt anybody. Remember? Nia said that she never
Well, she's
seriously hurt
not
anybody.
like most girls, Sarah. All
I just
right.
love how she still wants to convince us that
Not
she never like
most
legitimately
girls.
hurt anybody. I'm like, girl, that would
They
be like,
only
okay,
just put together
whatever.
in the
Stop
fantasy
it. We
together.
don't like Nia. We don't talk about
I'm
her.
not like most
What if
girls.
she shows up at the bloodline? Can you
What if
imagine?
she tech? Is she?
Well, she's part of the bloodline, but I hope she's not there. I mean, maybe what if Tamina shows up?
That's my prediction. I think
What if
Tamina's gonna show up.
Naomi? What if Naomi? Anyway, she's not technically part of the bloodline, but she's like,
I
with a
mean,
member of the bloodline,
marriage is blood by contract.
I guess. Um Anyway, so I liked Bayley and Becky's back and forth. I'm really
It was
excited to
great.
see them in a steel cage match, and I'm really excited that it's a women's match happening on Raw 30 in a steel cage match. I think that is so awesome because it very easily could have been like, one of the men's, like, could have been the Judgment Day and Usos match or something. Like, it could have very easily been something like that. So I love that the women are going to be featured in this type of match on Raw 30 because I mean, one would assume since it is such a monumental episode that there's going to be even more eyes on it. So I'm very
Oh
excited.
yeah.
And it's going to be a good match because it's Bayley and Becky. I mean, I don't think that they've ever had
No,
a bad
those are
match
the
together.
two best women right now when it comes to like
Severely
match
underrated,
status.
especially when it comes to the 4 horsewomen.
Probably the most underrated out of the 4.
That's what I'm saying. Because Charlotte is phenomenal. Sasha is great too. But like, I feel like Becky and Bayley don't get their flowers that
But
they
I always
deserve.
thought Becky was the one that was shunned away, not Bayley. I always thought Becky got the short end of the stick.
I feel like it was at first, and that was just because I think Bayley was so over and so loved when she was in NXT with, the side ponytail and stuff like that. And I feel like Becky kind of didn't have that yet. I feel like once she kind of became the man is when it was a solidified, like, Becky is like at the top of her game type of moment, even if you felt like she was great beforehand. but Sasha and Charlotte had already been there, you know, like Charlotte puts on phenomenal matches every single week. Sasha had great matches in NXT. Her last match in NXT, the Iron Woman match, was like, you know, it's like
Incredible.
they didn't have
Incredible.
anything else to prove at that point, where I feel like maybe Becky did, or people felt like she did,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
it took a while for her to be that. But her and Charlotte were besties, so
Yeah.
you know, but not anymore.
No.
Charlotte's missing out. Um